The Pfister Comet S2 is here. Is it fast? Should you buy it? Plus, the stock boy got banned from YouTube.
What the dude?
All that and more, and it starts now. That's right, YouTube has released me from my timeout and I'm ready to behave now. Just kidding, YouTube actually admitted it was their error on Twitter. So, I'm back, no longer banned. Lucky you, lucky you. But enough of that. You're here to look at three cars. You want to look at the Comet S2, the Comet Retro Custom, and the Comet SR, the three fastest Comets in the game. Which one's going to take the crown with the Stock Boy Speed Score? If you're not familiar with the Stock Boy Speed Score, you can get familiar with it. There's a card on the screen for you right now. But this battle is awesome. These cars, there's going to be some surprises in here. So I say it a lot, but you really will want to stick around to the end. Just looking at these quarter mile times or speedway times, you're not going to be able to tell how fast a car is overall. That's where the speed score comes in. And enough chat though, let's jump in. Acceleration, one of the big things about the speed score and something that's not really accounted for anywhere else. We're going to do the Comet S2 and the Comet Retro Custom. The Retro Custom's on your left, S2 on your right, and going to the 8th mile, you got the Comet S2, the new car, beats it to the 8th mile. How about the half mile? That's not half mile. How about the quarter mile? Quarter mile, we got the Comet S2 again. We're going to go down to the half mile and see if this Comet Retro Custom can keep up. The Comet Retro Custom's been around for a while, so I'm impressed it's keeping up a little bit, but the S2, the new car, definitely has a big advantage on the way to the half mile against the Comet Retro Custom. So as far as acceleration goes, we're going to take this all the way down to the standing mile marker, but it certainly looks like the Comet S2 is going to win this race, and in fact it does. All the way to every single marker on the track, the S2 is quicker than the Comet Retro Custom. Now, looking at drag racing again, but this time we're bringing in the Comet SR. We're looking for the fastest Comet in the game in a straight line. Acceleration for this particular test. Can the S2 beat the SR? And it's close. Too close to call based on this video, but I will tell you, the SR actually beats it there by a couple hundredths of a second. But the S2 beats it to the quarter mile line. So we're going to go down to the half mile. Let's see if the SR can catch up. We've got quite the race here, but the C2 pulls a lot in the mid-range, I guess you could call it. Middle speed acceleration on the S2 is very similar to the Tesseract. It doesn't have the most low-end power, but once you gain a little bit of speed, it's actually got a ton of power, as you can see, and it will also beat the Comet SR all the way to the mile marker. So, our best accelerating car, the Pfister Comet S2, the new guy on the block, almost a 6-second 8th mile. That's pretty impressive. The Comet SR really is not that far behind until you hit the half mile marker and beyond. The Comet Retro Custom is still there. It's still respectable, but it can't keep up with these guys in a straight line. So, average speed around a speedway. This is a large speedway, 1.5 miles almost. I think it's actually 1.42, the lap that I calculate. But we want to see which car can get around here fastest, and then we're going to convert that time to an average speed, which is basically top speed in this game. I'm not going to make you watch all of them go in circles, so we're just going to look at each one on its hot lap here, and then we'll look at the times and the average speed. So what I'll say here is all these cars are very stable on the oval. They're all pretty easy to drive. One of them feels pretty fast though, and this is where things are about to get a little bit interesting. So as the Comet S2 crosses the finish line, the Comet Retro Custom is the fastest, and a 132.3 average speed is really fast. The SR at 127.7 and the S2 now in last at 127.0. So the complete opposite order here, and the Retro Custom is without a doubt the fastest as far as top speed goes. You see what I was saying? This gets a little bit interesting. So now, third part of the speed score, lap time. We're looking at lap time on a very technical circuit. Let's see which car can get around first. And we're looking at the two older cars first. We've got the Comet Retro Custom on the top and the Comet SR on the bottom. The SR, as you can see, beats the Retro Custom to the first gantry, but not by a whole lot. The Retro Custom is pretty stable, it may be able to keep up through this section. This section here rewards handling quite a bit. Both of these cars are very easy to drive, but you can start to see the SR pulling away a little bit, and that doesn't really surprise me. The Comet SR to me is maybe even the perfect racing car as far as handling goes in this game. It's just awesome, and it's so easy to drive, and on top of that it still has the rotation, so you're not dealing with a car that understeers like crazy like you would with the Krieger or the Calico GTF. It's a great car to race. It really is a lot of fun, and it has the advantage without a doubt over the Comet Retro Custom. So the SR pulls ahead of the Comet Retro Custom overall. But now, can the S2, the new car, can it keep up with the Comet SR? The Comet S2, so I mentioned weird acceleration. The weirdest part about it is if you lose any traction whatsoever, you lose a ton of power, and you can see here, the SR definitely beats it to that first gantry. Now, the S2 is quick on a track like this, as you'll see here. It keeps up. We're almost neck and neck with the SR right now. SR is a very fast car. But because it kind of bogs down, it almost has a turbo laggy feel when you lose traction, even in the slightest, it can't quite keep up with the Comet SR so far. That's a little disappointing, and I'll tell you why, because with these new street races, you're not racing on a smooth surface like this. So I've raced the Comet S2 a couple of times on the street circuit, and it just doesn't really keep up. And as you can see here, it's still fast, but the SR beats it. So let's look at the times. You got the Comet Retro Custom in last, still a 59.5 though. That's a very good lap time. The S2 is a 58.6. That means it's the fastest of the new tuner cars on my track, but it's still not the best car to race because of those issues I was talking about. The Comet SR though, a 57-second lap is absolutely awesome. As far as lap time on a technical track goes, the SR is definitely the king. So what does that mean for the speed score? Well, let's add some stuff up and figure it out. We've got the Comet S2, which is definitely the best accelerating car. We've got the Comet Retro Custom, which has the best top speed. And then we've got the Comet SR with the best lap time. So what does that mean? Well, we're going to figure it out. In last place, the Comet S2. I mean, come on, Rockstar. This is such a massive disappointment. You're really telling me that this car is not as fast as a Celica GT4. I love Celica GT4s, but just no. It's expensive. It doesn't make sense. I hate it. This sucks. And I'll tell you something weird. It's still my favorite car of the update because it handles so weird and it's so much fun to drive. So there you go. Figure that one out. That means it is narrowly beat out by the Comet Retro Custom, which is a great car, but that's still disappointing. And then at the very top, you have your Comet SR, still the best Comet in the game. Man, did you see that one coming? I certainly didn't. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you're not subscribed yet and you've made it this far, go ahead and hit that button on the bottom right. I got a lot more stuff coming now that I'm not banned from YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Hope to hear from you in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next time as well.